Many legal cases against former President Donald Trump, all of which appear to be purely political, has been put on hold. On Tuesday, U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon announced she was indefinitely postponing the trial date for the classified documents case. The ruling came down just days after special counsel Jack Smith acknowledged his team had altered evidence that was presented to the court. It had to do with the order of the documents as they were digitally presented to the court versus how the documents were originally found at the former president's Mar-a-Lago estate. Critics of the government's case have called it evidence tampering. The trial had originally been set to begin on May 20th. The motion for a mistrial in the so-called hush money case involving Donald Trump was denied on Tuesday by Judge Juan Merchan, despite arguments from the Trump lawyers that Stormy Daniels' testimony was prejudicial. The former president's lawyers argued that Daniels' testimony was irrelevant to the case, which centers on allegations of falsifying business records. However, prosecutors disagreed, stating it goes to Daniels' credibility. Trump, who denies the affair, faces charges related to payments made to the adult film actress. The presumed Republican presidential nominee is currently under a gag order, with the judge fining him 10 times for violating it. The judge has also threatened the defendant with jail if he does it again. New York Mayor Eric Adams said that New York City's Rikers Island facility is prepared if Trump is ordered to be jailed, and the Secret Service confirmed they would provide protection if necessary. And we are now learning the top prosecutor for Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg in the non-disclosure agreement case was once paid thousands of dollars by the Democratic National Committee for political consulting. Matthew Coangelo used to hold a senior role within the Biden Justice Department before joining the Manhattan DA's team. Republicans say it was a case of political targeting when Bragg filed charges against Trump within months of Coangelo joining his team. According to Fox News, Coangelo had worked on Trump's lawsuits and investigations for several years, beginning shortly after he received the two $6,000 payments from the DNC in 2018. The House GOP is currently investigating Colangelo. Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan of Ohio demanded Attorney General Merrick Garland hand over Colangelo's records related to employment at the DOJ as the committee conducts oversight of politically motivated persecutions, that is, by state and local officials. Greg.
Speaking about the moving moral compass, as the Trump trial continues, Stormy Daniels took the stand. Legal expert Jonathan Turley believes that Judge Merchan should not have allowed her to testify, but noted his courtroom has been filled with bias. Here he is.
The judge has allowed this jury to hear over and over again that there were election violations at the base of this case, suggesting that Trump committed election violations. There's no evidence of that. There's no evidence of a crime.
So, Amanda, with no evidence of a crime and no need for salacious details from Daniels, was her testimony only for punitive and political punishment of the former president?
I think so, but my great co-host John Solomon always says, don't throw a political punch unless you know the shape of it. Make sure it's not a boomerang. And I feel like this was more detrimental to her so-called reputation and the stance of the case. I think that she went on, and oftentimes when you have a witness on the stand who is elaborating and drawing out to such a degree that it seems like they are overcompensating for the truth, I think that it can be damaging to her own case, and I think that that was the instance here. This is a court case that has been a farce from the beginning. The Federal Election Commission refused to take it up, refused to file any indictment or charges against him on it. The person who formerly held the position that Alvin Bragg holds refused to file any charges. And then the complications of Matthew Colangelo being number 3 at the DOJ and now taking, I mean, let's be honest, Southern District of New York is a storied institution. It would be a step up for almost anyone, but it is not a step up from the number 3 position at the DOJ, Michael Cohen, who has lied under oath, who also admitted that he desperately wanted a job from Donald Trump. Every single factor in this case points in one direction. Unfortunately, it is New York.
Not in the favor of the former president.